Hey folks, welcome back to Solo Quest, Party of One. I'm your host, Lucapa, or Vince, if you want to call me that. Welcome back to my channel. We're going to be starting up season two of a new series. Not a new series, but season two of a series that I did previously, because a lot of people were asking about, am I going to continue this series? And after what people want, I'm going to give them what they want. So this was The Punisher Takes on Gotham. This is now season two. I've moved this to Foundry, as you could see here, and I like using Foundry when it comes to role-playing solo games because it makes it a little easier, especially with automations that I've come up with and stuff like that. So, The Punisher is in Gotham. If you haven't listened to this series here on my channel, I have the first season on audio only because when I first started doing this, I was doing an audio podcast only, but then I moved over to video here on YouTube. With all that out of the way, let's just talk a little bit about Foundry here. It's a great system. You can purchase it for one price and use it, build as much as you want with it. It has a lot of different systems involved. I have a macro here that I've kind of built using macros and asking people in the community and piecing things together. It allows me to actually do a feat roll on the basic revised rule book, the blue book, that I do a podcast for, classicfasrip.com. And I also have the one-page Mythic emulator, which I designed up here myself. It'll ask questions, give me the odds. I like that the most out of all of them. I think I've talked about that before. But anyway, let's get back into the story. So the last time we had checked out this, Frank was on a bridge, and the mysterious man met him up there with some what looked like assassins or something cloaked in black. He was outnumbered 4-1. He decided to jump off the bridge and land in the water, and that's where I ended the season. So now we're going to take place when the season starts now, after that incident. So Frank wakes up slowly in a room, and this map is what I'm using here. This is basically New York, but you get the idea. Gotham, New York. Anyway, Frank wakes up in this abandoned warehouse, makeshift hospital room. It's a little bit dingy. The lights are low. He's laying there, and here's Frank on the map. He's laying there on the map, and I've changed to the FASERIP rules, obviously. He's laying there, and he sees an IV drip coming from his arm. He's got a few places on his body that are taped up, and he's not sure why. He looks over, and he could see the lights of a TV staticking. He looks over, and there is a note on the TV that said that's just an envelope note. He opens up the envelope note as he walks over really slowly, and inside of it is a obsidian coin, and there is a note in there that says, "You've been measured." Frank looks at that confused. He's seen this coin before, but he's not quite certain who this person is behind the coin. He was going to meet him on the bridge, hopefully, but that person did not reveal themselves. Also on top of the TV, there is a VHS tape. Yes, a VHS tape that says "Play Me." Luckily, the TV that is there is a VCR combo TV, one of those old CRT TVs that have the VCR slot in it. Frank takes the tape and he puts it inside there and hits play, and it's the evening news. It just statics, goes right to the evening news. And now tonight's top story, the man who has been involved in the Monk's Diner shootout 2 nights ago. And Frank's like, wait a minute, 2 nights ago? How long have I been out? He's kind of confused, and he's bandaged up, looking at his wounds and everything like that. And has been identified as also the man who stole 2 bodies from the morgue, trying to cover up his tracks. He's been named, his name is Frank Castiglione, also known as Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. This man is wanted by Gotham PD and is considered armed and dangerous. If you see this man, please report him to the local authorities of Gotham PD at the following number. Gotham PD is determined to find this suspect. Now we go live to reporter John Johnson, who has outside of Gotham PD headquarters, where we have a statement by Commissioner Gordon. it jumps to, Commissioner Gordon, standing outside like a little podium, and he's just like, Gotham does not want vigilantes. We have a police force. Anybody caught acting out as a vigilante will be wanted by the police, Gotham PD, and will stop at nothing to bring this Frank Castle into justice. If you see him, do not approach him. Do not attempt to talk to him. Just immediately call Gotham PD. We will work tirelessly and relentlessly until we solve this and bring Mr. Castle to justice. Thank you. No further questions. Then it jumps back to the news, and then it cuts off. So Frank's like, damn it. Now, not only is he trying to figure out who this mystery is, now he's wanted by Gotham PD. So the first thing we're going to do is figure out what time of day it actually is. I like doing that by rolling a d20. And so we got 6, and then, I roll a d4 as well. So I add that to it. So it's 8 o'clock. No, sorry. 8 o'clock at night. Going by military time. 20 would be 8 o'clock at night. So it's about 8 o'clock at night. Frank's looking around this warehouse, and now this is where we're going to jump to our one-page mythic here. Now, is there a way out of this room? We don't know, because we just woke up. We're looking around. We want to know if there's a way out of this room. 74. No. So this room doesn't appear to have any obvious doors or anything like that out of the room. So Frank's like, how do I get out of here? So he's going to search the walls, and he's going to take a look. Now, if we go to his description here, we can definitely get... All right, so Frank is going to look around the room and just see if he you can use his intuition to figure out how to get out of this room. So he had an intuition of remarkable. So we're going to open up our FASERIP feat chart here. We're going to go to remarkable and just check to see what he gets. He's going to look around the room, determine. He gets a 72. That's a yellow. So Frank looks around the room, and he definitely is hurt. So he's holding his ribs, and that fall really did some damage onto him, and was out for 2 days. But he notices that on one of the walls there is a slight, maybe like dirt mark on the wall. So he goes over to it and he examines it a little bit further, and he looks at it, and he can see that this is definitely some type of panel that he could open up. Maybe it's one of those rooms that have a secret door and he found it. So is this door easy to open? So he's going to yank at it and see if he can open it. I'm going to do a 50-50 unknown. I'm going to say it's likely, because there shouldn't be too much of a problem when it comes to this, but we'll see what happens. Yes. So, okay. So he grabs his hand there and he goes to yank it. The door just kind of slides right open, and it opens up into another room. We'll say that he went over this way, and he's going in another part of this warehouse. And is there a way out in here? I'm going to say, yeah. Is there a way out of here? And that's going to be very likely, because this has got to be a way out of this place. I don't know why he's sideways, but whatever. Exceptional? No? Okay. So the game doesn't like me. Yeah, so Frank's like, he walked into another room, and there's no obvious way out of this room. All right, is there maybe steps going upstairs? Maybe a staircase? Frank's gonna want to know. Staircase anywhere in here? 61. No, there's no staircase, so he's gonna search the room again to see if there's gonna be some type of, maybe, I don't know, staircase anywhere. Whoops. Staircase. All right. Okay. Let's roll again on his intuition, which I believe was excellent. Was it? Let me see. No, it was remarkable. Excuse me. and see if he could figure out by searching the room and looking around. 41. That's a green. Okay. So he's looking around the room and just kind of trying to figure out what's going on here. And he notices that there are some, I want to say some scuff marks on the floor over in the corner over here. So I don't know why it's doing that. There's some scuff marks over here in the corner, and he's not quite sure what's going on. So he's gonna look on the wall and see if he notices anything on the wall, as far as, is there a way out? Is this like a false wall, or is it like a panel he has to push? And I'm gonna check that again, and he got a white this time under his feet roll, so he can't really figure out how he gets out of this room. He can see scuff marks on the floor, so there has to be some type of panel. I'm going to search around the room to see if he notices anything out of the ordinary. Is there, okay, we'll ask the gym a few questions. Is there a button to push maybe on the wall? Unknown. We'll find out. We got an 80, so that's a no. There's no button on the wall. Okay. Is there any loose panels? Panels on the wall. That's loose panels. Loose panels on the wall. See what we have to get now. 39. Yes. All right, so Frank walks over to one of the wall on the side near where the scuff marks are, and he finds a loose panel, which he opens up, and there's like a lever in there. So he looks at the lever, and he suspects that it might open this door. So he pulls the lever, and it opens the door, and he's able to get outside and look around, and he notices that it is dark outside, and he could see the river right here, Gotham River, and this is the pier and where the bridges are, and there was the bridge that he was, the old Gotham Bridge. I'm going to call that what it was. And is there anybody around? It's 8 o'clock at night, so it's unlikely there's going to be anybody around, but you never know. Is there anybody, just anybody at this point? We're looking around. Anybody around? 24. Yes. Okay. So, all right. Is it... I'm trying to figure out how to formulate the question. Is it police presence? Maybe they're on their patrol. Who knows? We're going to do 50-50 because we don't know if it's police. And you know what? This is Gotham, so it's unlikely because the police just don't like doing their job in Gotham, so who knows? Is it police presence? Exceptional, yes. All right. So, under Gotham PD, we have, we'll get some vehicles going on here. We'll just say that there is a cop car here, cop car there. Maybe there's like an officer here, an officer there. Boom, boom, boom. We'll just put a couple of cops out in this area. And they're busy doing something on this private pier. The lights are going on. Do they notice Frank? 50-50. Now, what I will do is if it says yes, I'll have them roll on their on their spotting abilities. So to see if they can spot him. 10%, that's going to be an exceptional yes. Not only are they all looking directly in this direction, they see the door open and Frank stumble out, and they look at him and they're like, hey, it's that Frank Castle Punisher guy, stop. So they're going to, well, I don't need the cop cars, thank you, but whatever. So they're going to start running towards us. So we're going to get this all into, maybe we can get them into these cars out of the way. Like it goes upside down. It just makes me laugh. It's all combat. So let's create an encounter. Encounter. There we go. Boom. And we'll just roll here to see who goes first. Frank, we roll D10, but I'm using a 20 for now because there was no way to modify it that I can think of. So the Okay. Gotham cop number 1. Right over here. He gets to go first. So he's going to come running over here. And he's going to pull out his gun and he's going to say, freeze! Frank gets to go. Frank is going to... Does he have any weapons on him? That's a good question because I didn't check for any weapons in the room. Very unlikely because I didn't check. You know, I'll do 50-50 to see if they actually left any weapons on him. Does he have a weapon? Let's see. Ask. No. Frank is without a weapon, so he's going to just run as fast as he can around the corner. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He runs around the corner and he's gonna try to look around. Is there a place to hide? Is there a place to hide? Looking around. He looks back and forth up there, and an 86 gives us an absolutely a no. So Frank is going to stay here because that's his turn. Next combat round is Gotham cop number 2. He's going to start running this way as well. Gotham cop, doesn't matter. This guy goes here. This guy goes here. And now it goes back to the top of the round. It's round 2. Let's get all these guys in here. Beginning counter, round 1, round 2. Boom. Everybody rolls their initiative. And Frank gets to go first. Perfect. So it's his turn. He's going to the old fire station. He's going to try to run to the old fire station and take cover in the parking lot area. Don't need them all. He's going to try to take cover over here and hide. See if he can get away from these cops. So he went. Number 2, he's going to be rounding the corner as Frank is running down there. So I'm going to say, does the cop spot him going there? Is Frank spotted running into the parking lot? I'm going to do 50-50 because you don't know. You really don't know at all. And we got a... No, he's not spotted. So he's able to round the corner and hide in this parking lot area. This cop is just going to start looking around. He radios his buddies. They get to come around over here as well. And they're all going to start searching the area. There's no combat here, so they're going to fan out. And this cop is going to go this way. This cop is going to come down to here. This cop is going to go check the grass over here to see if he's hiding. And this guy's going to start searching buildings. Now, Frank's going to try to run. Since he doesn't have any, there's no line of sight for him, he's going to run down here past the police station. Whoops. Hopefully there's no cops there at that police station. I didn't realize that was, but let's ask. It's very likely because it's a police station. Well, it's at night. It's 8 o'clock, so likely. Is there an officer outside? I'm doing likely for that one. That's a 47. Yes. So we have a patrol officer. He's basically standing outside. Maybe he's on his break or something. And it's not certain if he's going to get spotted or not. But Frank is going to try to sneak past him. Let's see here. Does he have anything for sneaking? As far as talent-wise, martial arts, military, espionage, driving. Okay, so he does that. Okay. So he is going to use his agility, which is remarkable. And he's going to just sneak. And he gets a white. So, jeez. This is one of those times Frank's not going to get away today, is he? So let me just get rid of this end encounter so we can stop that. Okay. So he's running this way and kind of running really low around the St. Matthew's Church. And we'll say that he steps on something that makes a really loud noise. Now, does this cop notice him? Cop, I believe, is typical. I didn't write that down, but it is typical. So let's do a typical. See if he gets anything worthwhile. And you got a 99, of course. You got a red. So this cop's like, hey, stop right there. And he starts running. So these two are going to be in combat. We'll just roll real quick for them. Run, Frank. And Frank got a 1. All right, the cop got a 3. Frank got a 1. The cop says freeze. He's going to take a shot at Frank with typical. So let's see what he gets. 41. That's a white. So he completely misses Castle when he's running. We'll just say he rounds the corner this way, and that he rounds the corner this way, and he's able to get away. So the shot doesn't turn. Frank's gonna wait right here for when this cop comes around the corner. He's just gonna jump him, and he has the ability of, you know, sneaking and things like that, and has a very good fighting ability of amazing. So let's see what he does. Amazing fighting. He's gonna tackle him and try to choke him out. Let's see what he gets. White. Jeez. So he doesn't actually grab him at all. Grabbing is a miss if you look on the chart. The cop is going to try to punch him now with a typical. Let's see what we get. 73. So he gets a green hit on Frank for a punching. So let's look at the chart for fighting. And that just gives him a quick damage modifier here. Hold on a second. So Frank gets to roll his evading. So he's going to see if he can evade the hit. And his fighting was what? Was amazing. That's right. It's amazing. Let's see what we can get. Was it amazing? I'll make sure about that before I make that call. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay. So do amazing. And let's see what we got here. A 61. So we got a yellow. So evading, column shift him down. He got a cop got, yep. Okay, so completely misses Castle. Castle gets out of the way. Now he's going to try to do it one more time. Amazing to get rid of this cop. Let's see what he gets. A 56, which is a yellow. Now the cop has to roll to see if he gets knocked out or not. Let's do some evading. Typical. Oh my god, the cop is like a master person with fighting. He column shifts him down. And what did Frank get? Got a yellow. No, he still hits him. So he's able to hit the cop and he knocks him out. We'll just do unconscious. So this guy's unconscious, and then Frank hightails it the hell out of here and gets over here. By the time any of these guys make their way down to here, start searching the area, he's going to look around. Is there a car on the street? And I'm going to put this as not very likely. Let's ask. 76. No, there is no cars on this street. For Gotham, there's no cars on the street. So he's going to continue running, but he's going to backtrack a little bit and go this way up towards the docks again, towards the fish fruit market, and to throw off the cops. They're going to come searching this area. Probably around here is where they last heard on the radio where he was. They're all going to be down here kind of searching this area, and they'll probably find their buddy, and they don't know what's going on. Meanwhile, Frank will hightail it over towards this district over here, which is, looks like the hotel district. He runs down West Avenue, 11th West Avenue in Gotham, towards the hotel district, and he is going to look for a place to hide. He's going to hide behind one of the motels for the time being, and see if he could find any clothing or anything. Is there maybe like an open window in one of the motel rooms or something? Just anywhere, an open window so he can possibly get in. 93. Yes. Okay. So there is a window open. Frank crawls into the window, and is this room occupied? As in, is there somebody here? And more than likely, they're going to be. It's probably around 8:30 after all that running around and everything. Is this room occupied? Let's ask. We'll just do a 50-50. A 100. Wow, an exceptional no. So this room is not occupied. So that should have actually triggered some type of event, but I guess because it was a 100, it didn't work. I didn't see any other doubles, so hopefully my doubles are working correctly. So there is nobody in this room. In fact, this room is made up perfectly clean, since they just cleaned the room. Okay, he's going to look in the closet. Is there a coat in the closet, like an old jacket? Maybe he could find some old clothing or something. And we get an 18. Yes. So he finds an old, like, men's trench coat in the closet. He puts it on to try to cover himself up a little bit, to look a little bit more ordinary. Then he's going to rest here for the night and kind of hide out, and maybe get a hold of microchip if possible, using the phone. There's got to be a payphone in somewhere in this area, so he's going to be contacting microchip as next step. So all right, we're going to leave it right here where he's in the middle of just kind of getting some rest, trying to recover from his wounds and escaping the police that are halfway across town. Gotham PD isn't that great. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, and we'll continue with Season 2 of The Punisher Solo Quest Party of 1. Hope you have a great day. Good night, everybody.